my Antoinette Lang show. Enjoy!
That was my grand nephew, Chase, welcoming you to the Lang Show. It's nice to be here. It's nice to be back. I'd like to talk about a couple of things. The first is my selfie project. It's called #selfie260. Today's 036. So selfie260, it's taking a selfie every day in my 59th year. So selfie260, very clever, right? That would be my husband's doing. You might remember my project a few years ago, actually 10 years ago, where I did 6x50. So when I was 49, I did a program called 6x50 where I did a blog talking each day about what I was doing for activity, what I was doing for true exercise, and what I was eating. And the idea was how close could I get to a six-pack? And since I don't store body fat perfectly evenly, I had a couple of six-packs along the way. But anyway, that was fun. So this is Selfie260. You know, through the years, I've seen some people's projects. Sometimes I've seen people take a picture of the same street corner every 5 years and see how it changes. Now, depending on where you live, you could take a picture of a street corner once a week and see a lot of changes. I've seen some projects where people take a picture of themselves once a year, or, you know, through the ages, you see how you change. So my husband said, why don't you do a selfie a day? You see different things that you did during the year, different people, and you see your expressions change, and then you'll have something to look back on when you're 60 and over. And I thought that was a great idea, which is normally me. I get really excited about starting a project and I have these great ideas that I'm like, oh crap, now I got to follow through and do this every day. But it's wonderful. You know why? It makes me appreciate every day. Every day has its own identity. Today is the 36th day of my 59th year. And so during the day, I just catch myself and I go, wow, what am I going to do with day 36? Like, this is awesome, the opportunities that I have. You know, a few years ago, you might remember I did it in a different way, where I would just acknowledge which day out of 365, according to the calendar year that I was living through. And so it's a fun way to, you know, get some of your friends to take the selfie with you and really appreciate every day and the opportunity, and makes you really think that time doesn't go that fast. You know, speaking of time going fast, if you want time to go slow, go fishing. I went fishing with my dad a couple of weeks ago, and for a few hours, you are just standing there on the boat looking over at that fishing rod. And I remember looking at my watch going, oh my goodness, we've only been here for 45 minutes. So that's another way of really appreciating time not going so fast. So I want to bring up one more thing today, and that is you might just be a jerk. And of course this is tongue-in-cheek. I catch myself being a jerk all the time. And so I just think about quirkiness of people. And I went to the farmer's market today up in Brooklyn Heights. And they have, you know, wonderful fruits and vegetables, and they have sampling areas where you can stand there and eat tomatoes and peaches. And it's just so funny how people act, right? So there's this table, and you've got the fresh toothpicks and a place to discard the used ones. And it's like some people come for lunch, you know? So these people are standing there, tasting a tomato, asking questions, looking around, taking another one. So I'm like standing, I'm like, okay. I go, excuse me, and I reached in with a toothpick, I grabbed one, and I pulled back and stepped away to the side. And this lady goes, oh, am I getting in your way? I said, well, just thought it'd be nice for other people to be able to have access at the same time. Now, in her defense, they weren't shooing anybody away, and I guess you can stay there as long as you like. But I'm always intrigued, as you've heard me talk about before, with people's behaviors and my behavior, and how is that coming across, and is that how I want to come across. So anyway, thanks a lot. Talk to you soon.